I have been on the keto diet for 7 days and I have lost 14 pounds as of today. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole, also known as BGlam on all social media networks. And I'm coming to you today to give you a informative video and to follow along my journey if you're so willing. So I did a questions poll on my Instagram. I'm BGlam if you want to follow me there. It's be.glam. You can find me on there, and I did a question poll for the questions that my following has in regards to this diet. I know a few of them are on it, and so I will be answering those questions at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. If you would like me to do a more full, robust video, if you would like me to do a more full and robust video on all of the finer details of this diet, which I'm not going to be covering in this video, it's just going to be a quick intro to why I chose to do this and what I've been eating, and just again to keep the video short. But if you'd like me to do a more full in-depth video, definitely tell me in the comments below so that I know that there's a need for it, and if there is, then I will definitely do that for you guys. So I've been consuming about 6 cups of water a day, which I can usually make that no problem. I'm trying to aim for 9 cups, and once I get to that goal, then I'll raise the bar. And I weigh myself every 3 days so that I don't get crazy with it, because that's very easy to do, to get obsessed with like what your scale is actually saying. So I do it like 2 times a week, and I found that to be like kind of refreshing actually. So from day 1 to day 3, I didn't really notice much of a difference, to be honest. I was full the first couple, like the second or third day, I only had 2 meals rather than 3, and I was fine with that. I was full. I would like I didn't want to eat more, if that makes sense. So day 3 rolled around, and I'm like, okay, let me jump on the scale and just like see what's happening. And at that point, I had lost 10 pounds in the first 3 days. I was like, oh, what? Damn, okay. I mean, like, that's great. And I felt great. I felt like I had more energy and just like overall body energy, and just felt great, you know? So day 4 to day 7, I did notice muscle cramping, bloating. I was a little bit more tired, but I was able to get up early in the morning, like wake up before my alarm, get up early, you know, and that never happens. If you know me, I am not a morning person. I sleep through the morning, and it's really hard for me to get out of bed in the morning, but like it's been easy. And even if I'm not waking up before my alarm, like I wake up to my alarm and I'm like, I'm actually ready to get up, where normally it's like I needed to snooze for like 2 hours before I felt like, okay, like crawl your ass out of bed, you know? So by day 7, clothing's a little bit more comfortable, nothing drastic, because it's only like, you know, at this point, by day 7, I had lost an additional 4 pounds. So that hits me to my 14 pound mark. I weighed myself this morning, and I was 4 pounds lighter from my previous weigh-in when I lost 10 pounds. So for meals, I wanted to keep my meals really simple. I didn't want this to be overwhelming in any kind of way, because if it was, then I probably wouldn't have stuck into it. It's just too much for me to do, and I'm a lazy bitch, so you know. So in the mornings, I eat 2 eggs, and I eat 2 pieces of bacon, and I eat 10 grams of cheese, and I hard boil my eggs and I cook my meat and I have that for breakfast, and that literally will keep me full the entire day. I'm not even exaggerating. It'll keep me full. I'll eat that at around 9 o'clock, and that'll keep me full till like 2 to 3 o'clock. For lunch, I eat lots of veggies and a little bit of protein. I try to not have very much fat in my lunch because I have a heavy fat in the morning and I have a heavy fat at night. So my middle meal I like to keep lighter. The meat I usually eat for lunch is going to be the chicken. I'll eat the bacon in the morning, and I'll eat the chicken in the afternoon, and then I'll eat some kind of beef or pork in the evening. For vegetables, it's going to be any of your approved vegetables. It can be a salad, it can be like cucumbers or celery or zucchini or broccoli or cauliflower or cabbage or avocado. Avocado I find annoying just because it goes bad so soon. Like it turns that nasty color so soon. So I don't eat that as much as I should, but I'm trying to get better at that. For dinner, so far I've made ground beef with like veggies like onions and green peppers and like thrown that all in together. Mushrooms, another good veggie that you can eat. And I'll cook that up in a pan, fry that up, whatever. And then I'll add like 2 tablespoons of sour cream over top. As far as dairy, they recommend that you don't eat dairy. I've been eating just a little bit. I'm going to slowly wean myself off of it probably in like next week or the week after. Once I get used to creating more recipes, and just like different things that I can eat. For right now, I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go as far as recipes is concerned. So I've had that, and then I'll pair that with vegetables. So it'll be like broccoli or cauliflower, zucchini, and peas or whatever. Another meal I've made is chicken thighs, and I fry that up in the bacon grease like I was telling you earlier, and then I'll also pair that with whatever vegetable. Oh, asparagus. Asparagus is another good veggie you can eat, and it's got a lot of other good health benefits. So you always want to make sure that you are incorporating fiber into your diet. If you don't, you'll get constipated. You'll get a lot of cramping. You will get bloating as well. And so you want to make sure that you're incorporating your fibers, which is going to be your veggies. So with your veggies, the good thing about incorporating your veggies into this is that they have fiber. And what fiber does is it actually minimizes your carbs. So for example, if you have something that is like 20 carbs and you have something that is say 10 grams of fiber, 20 grams of carbs, 10 grams of fiber, that 10 grams of fiber minuses out. So you minus 10 grams from 20 grams, which leaves you with 10. So now your carbs is only 10 instead of 20. So you want to incorporate your vegetables because they're beneficial not only for your body but for your carb count. I have salted almonds for a snack if I get hungry in between meals, but I haven't needed to use that, like I said, because I have been full. Like I literally had bacon and eggs this morning. It's like 8 o'clock. I'm not hungry. I've only eaten one meal today. I had breakfast this morning. I had 3 eggs and 3 strips of bacon. And it is 8 o'clock. And I am just now starting to get hungry. Just now. I had that meal at like, I don't know, 11 or something. And it's 8 o'clock. And I'm just now getting hungry. Like, what? That's like 9 hours. Oh, it blows my mind. So that's basically what I've been eating for the first week. It's very simple, very straightforward. It's nothing too intricate or anything like that. I like to keep things simple so that I can stick to them. Don't have a lot of free time on my hands, so I like something that is quick, straightforward, and like to the point, just gets it done and it tastes good. So that about sums it up. That kind of what has gone over everything that I've experienced in this first week and how I'm feeling, how I'm loving the diet, which I don't say often because I'm so used to being so fucking hungry on every other diet that I've done, and I'm just like not fucking hungry. So so that is about it for this video. If you like a sit down like this and it's just a summary of the week, or if you'd rather like day in and day out type vlogs that I compile into one video for the entire week, let me know what you would prefer in the comments below. Let me know what you would prefer and I will go ahead and do that for you. So for accountability purposes, I want to document my measurements in these vlogs and my weight, and we can just watch and see how they change. If they change, they better change. So I measured myself today and my arms are 12 inches, my bust is 41 and a half, my waist is 36 and a half, my belly is 43 and a half, and my hips are 45 and a half, and my thighs are 23 and a half. I'm currently at 158 from 173. So now let's just jump right into the Q&A. So our first question, is it time consuming? I would definitely say that initially it is time consuming. The research is time consuming. Getting used to the vegetables and stuff that you're allowed to eat is time consuming. And when you're in the grocery store, it can be time consuming to be checking the labels just to make sure if you are getting stuff with carbs in it or sugars in it that they're very, very low. Yeah, so I would say it's time consuming that way, but aside from creating meals or sticking to it, I wouldn't say it's time consuming once you get adapted to it, like with anything. Did I get keto flu? I think I got keto flu a little bit, and I don't think I'm opposed to still getting it because I'm still so new in this, but the keto flu for me wasn't as intense as it was that I had been. Oh my god. The keto flu was not as intense for me as it was for others that I had watched like on YouTube and things like that, and heard through the grapevine that keto flu was so bad, but I didn't think it was, to be honest with you. It's like a little cramping, a little bit like muscle restlessness. I didn't really get a headache, which I thought was surprising because I get chronic migraines. Well, I used to anyways get chronic migraines. So I get them easily, basically. And so I didn't get a headache. I got a lot of bloating, maybe a little bit of tiredness, but my body seemed to really react well to this diet. Like, I haven't even been drinking coffee, and I drink coffee every single day, and I haven't felt any effects from not consuming coffee at all. So yeah. Next question. I've plateaued. What do you suggest I do? So from what I have been reading up on, the best way once you plateau is to look at your percentages. Are they exactly 70, 25, and 5? If they're not, then adjust that. How many calories are you consuming? If you're consuming more than 13 or 1400 calories, depending on your body type, depending on your body weight, mass, and all that, You would have to do research to find out exactly what's right for you. But if you're doing, I'd say, more than 1,400 calories, then you want to lessen that. Also, increase your electrolytes. Your electrolytes can stop the weight loss, so salts, pickle juice, things of that nature. And what else? Reduce your amount of proteins if you're plateauing, and stop eating fruits. Stop eating sugar and things like that. Just stop. And the next one is, I have a hard time figuring out what type of fruits I can eat. So fruits is dangerous on the keto diet. I would try to stay away from them as much as you can. But if you can't, I would do strawberries and blueberries and put whipping cream on them. Throw some stevia in there if you need a little bit of sugar. But get some whipping cream and put the whipping cream on it. And try to do that once in the evening time, you know, like before maybe you start, if you're doing intermittent fasting, then do it like right before your deadline for the intermittent fasting and see how that works for you. But I would really try to eliminate fruits as much as you can. Sadly, I know, I love fruits so much, and there's just so many you can't have. So they say blueberries, strawberries, and I've heard a few sources say that you can have honeydew, but again, you really have to monitor how much you're consuming, because those fruits, they still have sugars in them. All fruits have sugars in them, so you really want to stay away from sugars as much as you can. That's basically all for this video. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. I'll be doing these I'll be filming them every Sunday, hoping to get them up Monday or Tuesday. And yeah, let me know in the comments if you want this to be more of a vlog style or summary style like I did today. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!